So our objective today, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, wassalatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Our objective today is to start from a static website and try to convert it to dynamic website using PHP. So here we have a web shop that is already made with the template that you already have. Okay, but if we look at the code, everything is static, and we should not develop our website in that way. So what we should do, we should store all this information into a database and then dynamically load them, okay, using PHP. So first of all, we need to build the database. Okay, so the database that we are going to build, we have to go to localhost. First of all, I need to start. Okay, when we build the database, we have to see what are now the important information. Of course, we have so many, but I'm going just to build minimal database just for this page. And in principle, for every field that we have to display, we should have, we should define an attribute, okay, to store it in the database. So I'm going just to create one table that is called the product. Okay, this is now our database here. So I'm going to use the CS371 DB, the same one that we have used last time, but I'm going to create another table. So create table here, products. So the table product. So let's say every product would have an ID, okay, and this ID will be auto-incremented and will be considered as a primary key. And then, so what is this? Product name. And this is like a description. Okay, short description. Okay, and then we have price, and we have the image as well. Okay, so here we have 4 information. Of course, if we go here, we might have more. Yes. Anyway, so now we have 4 information to store.
But you also need to store the image and the link, right?
Yeah, this is, yeah, the image is the link itself. So
No, I mean a reference and the link if we press the button. So 2 different things.
No, the image is just stored by its link.
Yeah.
Image link.
I mean for the item itself. If you want to go to the product page, for that item, you should also store it, right?
يعني page the description of the product.
No, I will tell you how to do it. No, you don't need. Yes, we can use session in order to move from one page to another.
Isn't this easier?
No, it should not. No need to define a number for each page. If you need to define a number, you can use the ID here.
No,
But,
I don't mean a number. I mean,
no, you don't need. You don't need. I understand what you mean, but you don't.
we will have one page as a template and
Yeah, one page, and then you display whatever you want from that page. Okay, so not when you do it in static, you define one page for every product. But now, no, we define always one page for any product. Okay, and this is now the good thing. So for this one, we're going to load all the products into one page. For the other one, we define one page, for example, product information, and then based on the product ID, okay, we can actually load it from the database. So, multiple images, you need to create multiple links for them. For example, we can say this is main image link. We can also have image 1 link. Okay, I don't know how many images you want to make, maybe 2 or 3 or 4. We have to store them. Everything you need to put, you have to store it in the database. Okay, any information you want to load later on the page. Okay, let's make 2 images if we want.
The type is not easy.
Huh?
The type is
Yes, of course. Here we're going to do varchar, so I'm going to put high values. Short description is a text. Let's say 300 words or characters. So if you store more, it's going to be cut. So it's going to accept only this number of characters. And here the price is float, and the image link is, let's say varchar. Price is a float. Okay. And here I will save my database. Of course, in principle, we should have a form to load all this information, but now we're going just to focus on displaying them. So I'm going to add them manually here. Some information I will add them manually. I will, for example, take this one. Okay. This is auto incremented. Insert. Short description.
Short description is different. That's long. That's the longest.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to. We did only one description. Okay. The principle is the same. I'm going just to focus. So what is the price here? 50. And now we have to put the link for the image. So I'm going to put products. What is the name of the image here? Is it this? No. So let's call it iPhone.jpg. What is this product? So it gives another one. So in principle, it should be the same. Anyway, I'm going to put any value. Or let's say image 1, since this is just a demo. And here image 2. There is no image for the moment, but I have to put them, okay? I have to put them. Okay, so now I have one product. I can add another one, just to have 2. Name. Short description. Price. Image link. So I'm going to put products. Samsung1.jpg and here Samsung2.jpg. Okay. So now I have 2 products that I would display in the database. Now,
suppose that I don't want a second picture, or I don't have another one.
no problem.
We can null it. How would
It's not enforced in the database. It can be empty. Okay. Okay, we can have as many products as we want and as many fields as we want, but this is sufficient now to go to our dynamic website. Okay, so now we have this. Let me increase the font. Try to reduce a little bit. No. Okay. So what we should do now? I need to replace all of this. Okay, first of all, I need to identify all of these div and remove them. I will put only one, because one that is going to repeat for every product. Okay, yes.
How do you do things like the bestseller and 50% of fields widgets?
Where?
The first two items here, one has a tag bestseller and the other one has a tag.
Where is bestseller?
On the picture.
On the first picture.
Yeah,
It's a,
we can look at the code.
it's a class. I think. It's a class.
Should be a class with the template. Okay. It's a span. Okay, with the label class.
Makes one of them special.
Yeah, it's the label class. Okay, it's the label class that puts it in relative position. Okay. I would like to reduce more the code because I would like to identify 24 should be fine. Okay. So look now. These ones, they are divs. Div over 4. So let's identify one of them. This one. So this one is going to repeat, right? Li. So I don't need all of this Li that comes afterward. First of all, I will remove them. This is okay. Only one. Because in final exam, I'm going to give you a template like this. And I will give you the final thing that you have to do. You have to change the template accordingly. Okay, of course, there are a set of instructions. So what I'm doing now is going to be similar to what you will have in the final exam, in the midterm exam, yes. Okay, so now, okay, we reduce the code. And this is now the importance of PHP. We don't need to write much code. But now the thing is that, where is the div? Or
Below. You want the grid for products?
I want this
Yeah, it's below.
fallout. Okay, I need this one. So basically, we're going to replace this one by PHP. Okay. So product grid.
So you need to connect the database.
Now I'm going to connect to my database. Okay. First thing I have to do, convert this HTML to PHP, because otherwise PHP will not be recognized. Okay, and then in some place I need to start my PHP code. It's not really okay. Let me close, open again. Maybe let me reduce this code, which I don't need. What I should do first? Connect my database. Okay, so I don't have a database here. I'm going to create a folder, include, and I will bring my same DB config that we did last time. This is DB config. I will bring it here, make necessary changes. What is the name of the database? CS371 DB. Root. Database name, it's this one. Now, first of all, make sure that you connect. So what to do? I will go to include.
Why did you go to the
Because I didn't make localhost. So make sure you are in localhost, not in the file system. Okay, it's connected successfully.
then remove the code?
Okay, so now I'm sure at least first step, you don't have any issue with database. And مثلا if you don't make this step, you go then you can find problems you don't know from where it comes. Go step by step, and then disable this command so that it's not displayed. This is just for debugging purposes. Yes.
How this will work with online database?
Mhm.
With an online database, how will this work?
You just replace this one by the IP address.
Of the
Yes, or the name of the database, the username on the database, the server, everything, same thing. Okay. So now I am connected. I am able to do now include folder name, dbconfig dot php, and then what's the next step?
Include
So this one, connect to database.
the SQL.
Connect to database.
Get to that.
Then get data from database. From database, I need to make an SQL query. Okay, let me bring
$sign.
where we did
Yes, here.
okay, I'm going to bring the same code here.
Why do you need all of them?
I'm going just to modify. I don't need this. So SQL start from what? From product. Where? So I'm going to select everything here. Very simple query. Select start from product. I'm going to get all the products. Of course, now the query may depend on the question, what you want to get. Okay. Here we're going to just have all the products, very simple one. I always recommend that you make sure that your query is correct. So we can try to execute.
By e-commerce.
.php localhost. Okay, select from product. I will take this query in SQL here and make sure that
Semicolon.
okay, my query executes fine. Now this is a simple query, but sometimes you have a more complicated query. It's better to print the string, go to the database, check that it returns the expected result, so you are sure you can go to the next steps.
Doctor, are you going to give us high advanced queries in SQL?
Or only select the
Possibly, there is no high advanced query. I will send you the database in advance for the major exam, so you can have an idea about the relations between the table. Okay, so I will send you maybe one day in advance the database itself. You install it on your computer.
But the queries itself, for example, just you want to just select all, insert or delete, that's it.
Yeah, you have some where conditions and so on, but it's very simple. I mean, if you did database queries, it's very simple.
It's easy.
Yeah, it's easy. There is no like a complicated join and
Exactly, just
no, something simple.
For this, when you send us the database, you just send us the text and you insert a new database, or you send us an actual file.
I will send you a database so you can import it, because it's going to contain real data.
You can import from PHP, am I admin? You can import the
Yes,
file.
yes. You go here, you make import. I will send you in advance one day, and you import it. Okay, you will have a look at the different fields, so you know what are the different tables. You know what are the different attributes. So when you do the query, it's going to be faster. Yes. Okay. So now we go to the next step. result SQL query. So, and now this is where we are going now to put our HTML. So this HTML is going to come here. There are different ways. We can use echo, we can close PHP. Okay, for example, let's do it with echo. Maybe it's more compact, so usually we should bring. No, we cannot say. Now, for example, I can do the following. If it is equal to 0, so no products. Okay, let's do without any condition. I don't need conditions for the moment. Okay, so I don't need this anymore. Now we have results. I'm going to make a for loop.
For or while?
For. Yeah. We make a while loop. Okay. Okay. So while for every row in the result, so we use fetch as source in order to get all the result row by row. So this will give us one row from the query. Okay, so if I go here to the database, we're going to get the first row, then the second row, and so on.
What does the actual method do? The fetch and the source.
It's going to get the result row by row. It's going to fetch the result, yes, row by row. And here we're going now to put all these values. So while I open the parentheses here. Okay, so I switch from PHP to HTML. And now, for example, instead of having this, I'm going to open PHP here. Okay, and then row. And here, for example, I will put name.
Can't you just put echo?
Yeah, and of course, the while loop should be closed somewhere. So I will close after UL. So I will show you another way, okay? This is one way. And here, okay, so this one closes the while loop.
But the UL
I think this was what you are wondering about. Okay? So now let's try whether this works or not. Maybe we can find
No, I
some.
mean the UL should be outside.
Each time I call create a new
the unordered list.
Yes.
Should
Just
be
a moment.
outside the ordered list.
Look now. Now I have two, but why they are the same? Samsung, yes, okay. Okay, lesson higher. Okay, look now. This is dynamic, party dynamic, because it's showing. Yes. Now we can change all the others. Look, same thing. Instead of this, it becomes very simple now. Short description. So every row you put the attribute of the database. واضح? And here what we put? We can put the dollar, and we put here price. Okay. Is there anything that is Static, we need to change dynamic.
The source and the
Yeah, now the image. Okay, the image. Okay, so everything has changed, only the image. Okay, let's look now. It's now showing everything. Fine. Now above the image. Okay, so let's put some images. One for. Okay, let's make it more sense. Okay, I'm going to change this to. iPhone 6. Okay. Okay, so if you change in the database, okay, you see now this is the beautiful part of dynamic website is when you change something in the database is going to be reflected. You don't have to go into the HTML and change statically. Okay, so now about the images, how we can do? Let me select some.
put single quotations.
Okay. htdocs. I will put in products. So I will call it. What is the name? iPhone 6. Let's start it again. Doesn't want to save. Save image as. Okay. It's not a problem. What I'm going to do, okay, and I will crop. So I make the image transparent, and I need to change the image name in the database. So here the image iPhone 6 PNG should be here. .png. And let's bring one for Samsung. I think you already have one, right? Where did you put the images? Okay, this is one for Samsung. I will put it in products. Samsung. In the database. Okay, I will put Samsung. Is it .jpeg or MPG? Cancel. JPG. JPG. Okay. So now I can also do the same. So what we should put here, same thing. I will bring PHP code and replace the src with image link. واضح؟ So above the quotation here, yeah, now this is tricky. Okay, so if you put like this, no, it doesn't work.
Same name?
No, you should.
So it's called main image link.
You can use sync reputations.
It's called main image link, okay? One moment. One moment. It's not going to work. No. It did. Okay. What's the problem with the first? Maybe the image name.
Because there's no backslash in the database. For the second image, there's no backslash.
Yeah.
Do you have iPhone 6?
You should remove the backslash.
First character of the
In the link?
Here?
No.
In the database.
Uh,
Second row. Is this one?
You should remove the root.
لا طبعا الأولى. First remove the
Right. Now we get it.
not responsive.
Now we have to reduce the size, okay? So what we should do? Adjust size. Okay, let's look first how it looks like now.
I think it's same. The iPhone is
We have to reduce the size, so both are the same. So the size here is, and we adjust the size here.
the problem is with the iPhone one. That's not.
I know, yeah. So you can see now the code. Maybe we need to reduce more the size. Okay. So for example, 400. And here 400. We update the cache. Okay. So of course now if you add more elements, you're going to have more products displayed over here. But the problem is it's not showing in the same line.
Because the UL is inside the while.
Yes,
The loop should only contain the LI.
right. So we take this one and we define it outside. And same thing here. Okay. And now the website becomes dynamic. Okay, now the problem, if you click on this one, the links are not dynamic. They are just referring to one page, that is the product description. So we need also to do the same for that. It's the same principle, by the way. Okay, so now what we should do? Look now, this is the href. Okay, this is the first possibility, but we can do in another way. Okay, we can do now. We have separated HTML with PHP. We put PHP inside HTML. We can put HTML inside PHP. Okay, I'm going to do it in the other way. So I will call it grid. So this is grid. Okay. So how we can do it? We do it with echo. Okay. So you have two possibilities. Because sometimes this is confusing. You don't know where to close even the parentheses of the while loop. If you miss one parenthesis, so for example, if you miss this line, it's going to be compromised. Look, and then try to find where is the problem. You know, sometimes the debugging becomes tricky. Okay, when you have them separated like this, only a small error, it might be painful to find. Okay, it's just one parenthesis missing and you have to find it. Now, the other way to do it is to do the following. So I'm going to remove that. It's part of PHP. And I'm going to bring this part of HTML. Put it here. Then add echo everywhere.
You can echo once.
Could be. You know, I prefer that. It's possible. It's possible. Okay, let me close all of these first. Now the problem is because you have to be careful in some cases. Okay, let me do the easy cases first, and I will come to the difficult cases later. So this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine here. Okay, so let's look at this. The problem starts when you have because you have the quotations here in different places. So best, quite long is this one. Okay, let me. That's why I prefer to make echo for every line. Okay, because some lines are more complex than others. Okay, this one is simple, for example, look here. But the problem is when you have here.
Here was too loud.
No, yeah, now it's not a problem. Becomes not a problem. Okay. Why we have a problem here? Okay. Yeah, now we don't have any problem. Look, all the echoes are fine. You know when you find the problems, خاصة في الqueries, بعض الأحيان you have to use single quotation. So in this case, yeah, you need to use backslash if you want to use a single quotation inside the single quotation. Okay, but now in this case we don't have the need. Okay, so let's try this code. Did you understand that? Okay, so we put everything in the while loop. We put everything in the while loop. And we use echo to print all the different tags. So let me see if it works. Unexpected main image link. So we have to debug 594.
You need to remove the PHP tags.
Here.
You need to remove the PHP tag and replace it with dot.
Yes, we need to remove the PHP here. Okay, because we are in PHP, we need to remove the PHP.
This is dot.
دقيقة واحدة. Let me do it step by step. Okay, and here we use the dot. واضح؟
Also, I think you need also to use a single quotation. Like a single quotation dot. Then
Okay, let me first remove all of this. Please follow up this. Yes, to make concatenation between the strings. Why we have this dollar sign, this one. So I'm going to remove this dollar sign for the moment. صح صح. لكن المشكلة is going to conflict with this dollar sign.
You need to close the quotation.
Yeah, we need to close the quotation here. Okay. Quotation here.
You can add
Okay.
the symbol for dollar sign.
I will add, but let me just focus. Okay, so here you have to close the quotation also. Same thing here. You understood the transition? Okay, and here. Is there anything? Okay, so now five, 8, 9. We have an error here. صح. صح. Okay. Okay, now we get it. So this is the second way. I mean, this one is good if you do it one by one because we have made changes. If you do it carefully, you won't find problems. Okay?
How about if you change the label from one product to another? So there is different labels, right? So how
If the label is stored in the database, yeah, everything dynamic should be in the database. That's the rule. Yeah.
Which approach is better? Having echo in each one or
Well, it depends on what you find easier for you. Most of the time I use this one, but sometimes maybe sometimes you may use this or the other, depending what could be easier. If the code is very long and it might become messy, it's better to use with echo. Okay, it depends. I cannot give a general rule here. It depends.
اذا بدك دكتور هلا اذا بستعرضه ما رح يطلع معك كل شيء كله بالمتصفح. لا ما يقصر. اذا عملنا السورس تبع الصفحه ما رح يطلع معك كله بالبي اتش بي مزبوط؟
ما يطلع لك، يطلع لك HTML.
بس رح يطلع لك.
Going to find HTML. Okay, this is your HTML here. Is it clear? And now, okay, so now how to do that for shop product single? Okay, so this page, I'm going to change it also. It's going to be product info. Okay, so now here, what we would like to do is to display the information of the product that we are going to select. How to do that?
different table.
You need to get
Yeah. We have to transfer the information from. Now, if we select,
تاخذ الداتا من الكويري نفسها.
سيشن
الهيرف اللي فيها ده
أول سؤال الآن دقيقة واحدة.
Can't you also start another connection inside our page?
The first question is, what will be the link here? Okay, now,
can you take only the ID?
so we're going to make product info.php. واضح? So now the question, okay, if I click product info.php,
رح يصيروا كلهم
نفس البرودكت. حسب اللوب.
if I do that, how to know which product I'm going to display?
من الاي سي.
Yes, I need to transfer this information from one page to another.
سيشن يعني.
How?
Mhm.
Can you create other pages?
There are different ways. We can do session,
نحكي بالكونسيبت سيشن.
we can do form, we can put all of this inside the form, okay, and then send, okay,
Also use the database.
or even without a form, we can use a send get request. I will show you different ways. Okay, we can use a session variable, we can use a get request. These are two possibilities.
اختبر الداتابيس وشو ممكن يصير معه
مش نسوي لك الآن لحظة.
بس عادي
دقيقة. I will do it. Now, we can do a get request by just having the ID of the product. Okay, so in this case, and this is something probably new, but you should already know about it, we can send a query in the link. Okay, and here, product ID equal, what to put here? Okay, مثلا if I put 1, look, yes, product ID equal to 1.
this is the ID variable from the database.
Yes, so I need to take the ID from the database. How can I get it? واضح? Very simple. I will take the ID from the result that comes from the row.
So the creator does.
Look at this now. If you select the first, okay, something wrong. Pay attention with quotation. They are very messy. Very messy, you know. They. Okay.
لا
If we create a class,
حاطط واحدة كوتيشن قبل وواحدة
there's an end of tag for the dot.
هنا.
Before the dot,
Left, just
Here.
no.
after ID.
دوت
Ah, yes. One moment, okay. That's why I told you it's messy, you know. And now it's like this. Okay. Now it's fine. Okay, look now. If I print on this, no, it's not showing.
نفس
Ah, okay. You know why? Because here I misspelled it's product ID. No, it's ID.
Small letter.
It's not getting the ID here. If I make name, problem is I don't know, it's not showing here. It's showing the product name here, but not.
لازم تحط رو اي دي ما مو رو اي
No, and I wanted to check with the name. Even the name doesn't display here.